All right, it is KYG Y2K, the 2000 Nostalgia Podcast. Open up your phone lines and warm up your vocals and get ready to stand in line for 18 hours to embarrass yourself because we're talking American Idol. My guest this week, you might know her from the Real Chills podcast, Meg Goetz.
Hello, what a fun, spooky intro. I loved that.
Thank you. You're glad I could do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Meg hosts a podcast about the paranormal. I am trying to scrape up some paranormal memories so I can come on there.
I would love to have you on. So if you have any, even just paranormal topics you think are interesting, we can just talk about it. So
okay, you're giving me an in, and I appreciate that.
I am. Yeah.
Like I said, so much of my fear of death is the fact that I don't have any of these paranormal experiences, just none. It's just like, yeah, that person was alive and now they're just gone forever. Oh well.
That almost checks out, because for me it's the opposite, where like not only have I had so many many experiences, but I've talked to so many people with it. I've really started to accept that there's like something after, and it might not be what we can conceive or think is right, but I think we're gonna be fine. Like I think it'll be fine anyway.
I approach a lot of this stuff as somebody with an anxiety disorder and panic attacks, as you know what, every other thing that freaks me the fuck out turns out to be something dumb that I made a big deal about. So why would this be any different?
Fair. Yeah. I do want to say on the record, I don't want to die. I like life, but I'm not like terrified of the thought of death or anything anymore, at least.
Yeah. I particularly as I'm having a baby very soon.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, but that's like front of mind, where like I'm hoping what'll happen is like once she'll be born, I'll just be like, I am ready. Now that I am ready to die for something, I have embraced this. So,
well, you'll feel you fully lived is what'll happen.
Exactly. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end of Terminator 2. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go get dunked here in the lava for the good.
I have something to die for. I guess that's nice.
Yeah. So real quick, I'm sure you have things worth dying for.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know why
it's not coming to mind.
It sounded so much more sinister when I said it out loud. Like,
I mean, I'd have to think about it. I'd need to phone a friend or something. Right. We'll come back to it.
Oh, that's another episode we need to discuss. I keep remembering things from the 2000s that are interesting. I didn't think about American Idol until like a week ago when I contacted you, and that's what I was like, oh.
I haven't thought about it since the 2000s.
So, all right. So before we get into American Idol, tell us anything you have to promote, where we can find you on social media, and I guess give us all pitch for Real Chill.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Do you know when this is coming out? I'm sorry, I'm ruining it.
This will be next week, probably a week from today.
Cool. Okay. I'm just going to do my evergreen stuff. Sorry for making you say that. I have my podcast, Real Chills Podcast. If you like spooky true stories with kind of like a comedy twist, it's not as like doom and gloom as the other podcasts. Definitely check that out. And I have a monthly show in Ambler. It's called The Lab. It's a cute little black box theater in Ambler, PA. And it's BYOB. Usually a great time. So if you want some comedy, you live in the area, it's the third Friday of every month.
Hell yeah, that's great. All right, so we are here today to talk about American Idol, and I kind of solicited you because I knew I wanted to have you on for something. So I pretty much, and much like me, I'm sure you just got a Facebook message at 3:00 in the morning, like, "Hey, did you like American Idol as a kid?"
Yeah, you said that to me, and I was like, I definitely watched it. I don't have like strong feelings. We'll see. Maybe you'll like bring up some memories and I'll be like, oh yeah, hell no.
The honest to God truth of it is, I don't think I would have unless I could have gotten somebody who was on the show itself.
Like Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. I don't think I would have wanted to interview somebody who was like, oh my God, it was my favorite thing. I was first in line to see Justin to Kelly in the theaters. Like,
fair. Yeah.
I don't think I can fake be nice to you for.
It's hard to imagine that person. Yeah.
Yeah, they must exist. But it was something that I did not watch minute one of. I was aware of it in the background of culture enough that, like, William Hung, obviously I knew who he was because it popped up.
Of course.
But I remember, it's so funny. I just read Catcher in the Rye, which if you're familiar is pretty much a 16-year-old dickhead incel goes around saying everybody else is like fake phonies who were just like enjoying their lives.
Fun.
I remember because I was like young when this came out. I was like 15, 16, 14. And I remember my mom saying like, oh, I watched American Idol last night. I didn't even want to, but all the girls at the office are watching it. So I just watched it along. So I'd have something to talk about. And I, as a white suburban teenager, was like, that is the fakest thing I have ever heard.
You totally would call your mom a poser.
Why don't you grow a personality, Nancy?
Maybe it's your fault she doesn't have one. You took it away from her.
That's exactly what happened. I ruined it for her. So yeah, but I
love
didn't,
that.
But yeah, I didn't know much. But well, speaking of mothers, didn't you say you actually watched a lot of it with your mom?
I did. Me and my mom had a whole weekly rotation of shows we'd watch, usually true crime, but American Idol snuck in there. We loved the bad contestants for sure. And
I really thought you said bad contestants.
The bad cunts. No. Obviously, I feel like the bad contestants were a big reason people like more so than the good. Like I feel the same way I do like when I go to karaoke. Like I kind of don't like the people who are good at singing. I'm just like, oh man,
that's me.
Good for you.
I'm that dickhead at karaoke.
But I do like confidence. Like I like unearned, except not at open mics, but at American Idol, the unearned confidence of just like, I'm going to crush it. And then they don't. I'm like, that was amazing. Good for you.
Yeah. It's a little, it really is such a fine line. I'm going to give you another example of just sometimes feeling bad. You wonder how much of somebody's personal deck of cards needs to be missing where it goes from feeling bad, like, I shouldn't be laughing at this person versus like, fuck that loser.
Well, here's the thing. I like it when they William hung it. We're like, he didn't have a shot, but he became a household beloved name. Yes. Like when people were laughing at William, they were laughing with him. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing I enjoy more than that.
But we'll probably watch the clip later, but I think he was even straight up like, it's very easy to hate the lady who's like, I'm going to be a superstar, and then goes up there and like squawks like a gut shot, goose. And then when she's done, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Simon Cowell. I will I will kill your family. That's how good a singer I am.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah,
I do think, I don't know if we watch clips of him, but I never liked Simon Cowell or his approach. I always was like, ugh, we get it. You hate things, Simon Cowell. You have nothing to love and you want to hurt people. Like, I had a lot of disdain for him and his stupid black t-shirts. It's like, all right.
Okay, hold on. Mean doesn't like anything, stupid black t-shirts. Are we talking about Simon Cowell or myself here?
Well, see, there's a different. I felt like he tried. His producers or whatever probably told him, but I always felt like he was trying to go a little bit further than he should have. You know me, I like a good roast. If he said something that was funny, but kind of like they could still, walk away with some pride, I'd be like, heck yeah. But there were some times where, man, he just obliterated them for no reason. Like they knew.
Yeah, I think this really did expose something in the American national psyche that we were not aware of, because it became a trope ever after. Americans love being insulted by a dickhead British person. Because in the wake of this, for one thing, it felt like every single talent show had the shitty British guy. You had Gordon Ramsay, who he might be Australian. I don't give a fuck. He's British.
Also, like, weakest link. Like,
weakest link
British,
girl.
Right? You're the weakest link. Goodbye. Yeah. That was Australian, maybe?
You don't seem to know your asshole from a hole in the ground. Goodbye. You've lost.
I think we do. I think it's because we know we're stupid. And, it's funny.
True.
I don't know. I'm just speaking for myself, not all Americans. But
now there's a little bit of like, yeah, we did. We probably would have been better off sticking with you guys.
You got me.
That we went all cowboy here.
I guess your accent does sound pretty smart, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So I have some history, some facts of American Idol we're going to talk about. Great. And you and I could just stop and riff at whatever point. We're going to talk about a little bit of the background, then we're going to get into the actual, season one. And I'll be honest, we will not be talking in detail about any season except season one, because
thank God.
Who cares?
All right.
For real. All right. So first off, the show was created by Simon Fuller, not Simon Cowell.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Now, does the name Simon Fuller ring a bell to you at all, Megan
Does
Goetz?
nothing for me. No.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you 2 hints, even though they're 2 separate answers. The first hint is he may have been responsible for the people who sang I never had a dream come true till the dead. S Club 7.
Yes. Love S Club 7. Yes.
But
what's the other hint? Oh, wait. Is he just like a music manager?
Yeah, he was like, well, keep in mind, there is nothing more. It's hilarious that so much of early rock and roll came from the UK because there is nothing more hollow and soulless than the British music industry.
Yeah.
It has been like literally the moment the Beatles broke up, they were like, just take whatever asshole you have hanging around the offices and I'll buy his record. I don't care.
But America did that too in the 90s. Just throwing people together. And
so, all right, have you ever seen the there's a YouTube series called One Hit Wonderland? Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's fantastic. This guy, his name's Todd in the Shadows. What he does is he does breakdowns of one hit wonders, and what he'll talk about is who the band was before they broke big. He'll go into detail about what makes the song so big, and then he'll follow their failed follow-up and ultimately, like, did they deserve better? Recently they did the song you might have heard, my love grows where my rosemary goes, and nobody. So that song, along with pretty much it wasn't made by an actual band. It was just like,
of course,
like they put together a fake band of session musicians and then they just like kind of shopped it around. And this was like all British music of the 70s, even like a lot of the glam rock stuff what you would consider like on a good example, the Sex Pistols, one of the biggest punk bands of all time, were assembled like a boy band by a fashion designer.
That's insane.
Yeah, and the UK just never cared. All their pop stars could be singing songs about, like, you know, they could be doing like gangster rap shit, and it's like very plainly like, you know, I went to proper school and I graduated my +16s and I thought I'd get into singing business. It's just like, yeah, whatever. Go up there and sing the song about growing up in Compton. You got it. And the crowds will just eat it the fuck up.
I wonder what that is. What was that? Like, what? Like, is the Spice Girls the same thing? Because I love them.
The Spice Girls is the first band he put together.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Simon Fuller.
He did Spice Girls and S Club 7?
Yes. The S and S Club 7 literally stands for Simon.
That's yucky. I don't like that. No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a weirdo. Who would do that? That's anyway.
Somebody in the British entertainment industry.
Someone who is so into them. Just call yourself the Simons. And they're like, that doesn't, not one of us are named Simon. So we're not doing that. That's just so weird.
So as we might have noticed, as we're getting to it here, so this show originally started as Pop Idol in the UK.
Yep.
And so in true British version, it only had 2 seasons, despite being a massive success, airing from 2001 to 2003.
What? Before we continue, do you hate British people? I just need to know, because all you've done is criticize, like, on the record, for the fans.
You know what? I like what I like. I just think they didn't fight all that hard in World War II. And no.
And ever since they're sold out.
Got
it. Okay. Sorry. Continue with the fact. I just needed to know.
You know what I think part of it is? It's not that I have any hatred towards British culture. It's that some people really bend over backwards to suck their dick. Like,
sure.
Ooh, the British Office, Ricky Gervais. Like, it was okay.
Fair. Yeah, it's not that great.
Yeah. And of course, like Doctor Who and shit like that. Like, they like a lot of dinky, dumb stuff.
It can be pretty nerdy. I mean, Harry Potter's in there too. There's a lot of nerd culture that originates from Britain.
You know what's funny? I did an episode on the Harry Potter movies, and my God, I hadn't realized that in the lead up to the production, J.K. Rowling actually had to fight with the studios to be like, the movie needs to stay in England. All the actors need to be British. It never even occurred to me, like, oh yeah, they could have easily put him in fucking Palm Springs.
Wouldn't that? It wouldn't have been the same. They did right. It needed to be rainy, dreary England for all of it. I agree.
It would be neat to see Hogwarts like in the OC. Fucking palm trees.
Just like Laguna Beach.
Yeah, Hagrid's breaking down palm trees to fucking feed his brother.
Just in a Speedo.
Exactly. California.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
So the two winners of Pop Idol, legendary British musicians Will Young and Michelle McManus. I mean whatever.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
No. One of the first major uses of interactivity with the viewers voting and paying to vote for their favorites. Although this had actually been in the UK for a while and Europe. Have you ever heard of the annual Eurovision contest?
Yes, only because my boyfriend Dan loves it. He's actually in a group where they vote themselves each week. Ooh. Anyway, but that's my only knowledge of it from him.
Yeah, it honestly astonishes me that never made it over here.
It's so cool.
Could you imagine if it's for those unaware, Eurovision is basically every country in Europe, and I don't know, maybe they throw Russia a bone in there depending on what atrocities they're committing at the time. Mm-hmm. They all submit bands and they vote for which country has produced the best song this season. And we just never got it here.
And for some reason, I don't know if it's just because Europe is weird, but these songs are always so insane. They're not just like normal, like acoustic. They're like techno, club. And if you watch their performances, they're all wearing insane. It's like a whole thing. It's so much fun.
Interesting. Yeah. The only band I knew. Actually, there was two. One, a few years ago, there was a Finnish band called Lordi, who were basically like the Gwar of Northern Europe, and they won it. They took it all. But a band I was not aware of, Alyssa Alduki, of all people, introduced me to this band, Baccara. You ever hear that? Yes, sir. I can boogie a boogie boogie. Just
I already love this song though. That sounds wonderful.
It's a great song, but it's Euro trash disco. But apparently
that's what it is. That's what all of the songs are, and they're so fun. Anyway, would recommend at least checking them out each year. So
yes. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Gonna go to a clip here. So yeah, the US version debuted June 11th, 2002. There are, however, 50 different versions around the globe, making this one of, if not the most adapted television formats ever. And this happens a lot with like scripted television. As a matter of fact, if anybody has weird little idiosyncrasy fucking interests the way I do, there is a great documentary about the executive producer of Everybody Loves Raymond producing the Russian version of Everybody Loves Raymond. So he goes to Russia and he pretty much has to filter everything through like a fucking vodka strainer and figure out like,
is it weirdly, does it seem racist? Because like I wonder, like, how do you do like Russian, well, how do you make it Russian without being racist about it? I guess.
Well, I don't want to say racist, but if we want to talk about very problematic things they have to do, you're aware of the show Modern Family?
Yeah.
There is an Iranian version of Modern Family, but there are no gay people in that version.
Oh, of course not. Okay, I get it. I see.
So that just happens, and just little stuff. They put a little bit of the local flavor in, but it's a fascinating documentary. I think it's literally Everybody Loves Raymond in Russian. So there is even a Croatian idol, which is called Hrvatski Idol. We're going to listen to one of their rejects, Toni Kulicin.
What's up what is up with the blonde lady there's a blonde lady at the bottom of this video.
It's Eastern Europe. I assume there's just smut on everything.
Got it. Okay, continue.
Like just like Fox was known for having very disruptive advertisements across the bottom. I just imagine like full human centipede naked blondes going across the bottom, and they're advertising. They're advertising. Coming up next, the Croatian version of Home Improvement.
Now that you say that, this is actually pretty subtle. You're right. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. So let's see. Love this guy. So I'm not gonna have the volume up too loud, but yeah, this guy just looks like a European dork. Basically, he's 21. He has a bad haircut. He's wearing a motocross jacket, but I'm sure does not own a motorcycle. Let's go ahead and hear some of his song, Chocolate Puma Sexy Girl. Hold on. I talked over it.
Chocolate Puma Sexy Girl. Sexy Girl, Sexy Cura. Ali na techno verziji.
I feel like no matter what country you're in, they can say sexy girl.
You just a sexy girl, na 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 sexy girl. You be just a sexy girl, na 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 sexy, the sexy girl.
Ah, the dude's feeling it.
You be just a sexy girl, na na sexy, the sexy girl.
So again, without going too mean, like, that's pretty interesting. At the same time, like, this guy looks a little short bus. I know.
I can't believe he sang in English. Right? That's
True.
weird. And for the people who can't see, he's doing this like head bob that to me, I think enhanced that terror. Like, I feel like if he didn't,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
no.
I was almost sold on him just from the head bob.
He was feeling it. You can't give him that. You can't say he was not believing in the performance.
He also wasn't wearing the motocross jacket in the video, which I think would have helped.
No, well, what actually doesn't help is he's wearing a striped shirt, which really kind of backs up my short bus theory. He's kind of dressed like Leonardo DiCaprio in What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
He kind of looks like a third grader that's just like way too tall.
Yeah.
Like,
hello, I have a chromagali. I have gigantism. I will now sing Chocolate Girl.
I'm 11 years old, sexy girl. Like, it works.
You know, I remember being 11 years old and hearing the word sexy and thinking, like, why isn't that a curse word? That doesn't seem like something I should be. I think somebody said it on Full House. I think DJ Tanner said her boyfriend was sexy. I was like, I don't.
So funny. Why isn't that a curse word?
Yeah. Well, it must have had affected her because she became very, very religious and probably was scandalized by that.
Yeah, should have made it a curse word. Could have saved her.
By the way, her boyfriend on the show, not everybody is aware, did the voice of Aladdin.
That's crazy. What a weird connection. How do you just collect all this because you do this podcast? You just know everything now?
As somebody who has no connection to spirituality or the paranormal, these are just the little tidbits that fill
that you
up my
get to
head.
keep.
Exactly.
Nice.
So, American version was hosted by human Labrador Ryan Seacrest and 3 celebrity judges. Apparently, there was a different. He had a co-host at first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there was not only another co-host, there was supposed to be a 4th judge, and both these people were like, I don't want to waste my time with this shit. I'm out of here. And now nobody knows who they are.
Regrets. Yeah.
Yeah. The 3 celebrity judges are Paula Abdul, who was a singer from the 80s, you know, straight up. Now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Was rumored to be visibly intoxicated for much of the show's run. As a kid, did you have any gleaning of that? Everything I read, it said like she never confirmed or denied, but she seemed a little off.
I've never, as a child, as a teen, I guess preteen, I did not notice at all. And I loved her. So that's surprised. She was really nice. No, I never noticed.
All right, well, you know what? That is, you mentioned something right there. We have discussed how these types of shows function on a mean Brit somewhere. But there is a layout where there is the mean Brit who hates everything. There's usually a lady
a nice lady.
She's really nice. She wants to give you the benefit of the doubt. And even if she doesn't like you, she's going to be, you know, I'm sorry, sweetie. I can't.
Yeah, she fulfilled that role. Totally. She was very sweet. Let them down easy. Especially like sometimes she'd go to bat with Simon Cowell. Like, you're just being a dick. Well, she wouldn't say that, but she was basically saying that. And I loved that. I was like, yeah, be mean to him.
It's a little bit of All in the Family. Like, yeah, you're finally sticking up to him.
Yeah.
Standing up to him. So Randy Jackson, who again was the most neutral one. I wasn't aware of this whole backing. He was a session musician for the band Journey. Also and played bass on the soundtrack for the Keith Richards scored and Whoopi Goldberg starring film Jumpin' Jack Flash. He also worked with Mariah Carey for much of the 90s and NSYNC, and he played bass on the Divinals hit I Touch Myself.
I never knew his background, but that's really impressive.
Yeah, no,
he's probably the most musically, like, technically talented person, right? As a judge,
I think he was the only one on stage that could actually play an instrument.
That's really cool. Good for him.
And then wrapping up, of course, we have Simon Cowell, the mean Brit, who. So here's the thing: he's known for being such a mean dickhead and shooting everybody's stuff down. However, if you look into his past, he didn't really produce anything all that good. I am going to play you something legitimately. This is all because of Simon Cowell. So Simon Cowell in the 80s, notice how popular Hulk Hogan was, and said, we need to release a music album by Hulk Hogan, and signed him to a record deal where they released this incredible song that will haunt your dreams forever. This song is called, well, it's going to be pretty obvious what it's called. That's right. Want to be a Hulkamaniac. And now for the best part.
If you want to be a Hulkamaniac, I can sure tell you how to stay on track. You gotta train, say your prayers, eat your vitamins too. These are all.
I'm sorry, Missy, you just don't have what it takes to be a star. Wait, what's happening over there?
Always be good to your family and friends. They're the only ones that'll be there in the end.
Well, there's talent. Yeah, one of the worst albums, worst songs ever. There's literally a line in there of, it's Hulk Hogan rapping, but he's literally like, when you go swimming, bring a buddy, work real hard, and always study. Like,
every rhyme was like that.
Yeah.
Every rhyme.
So, but yeah, so we have
Simon Cowell produced that.
He was involved. I think he was involved with he was the guy who like signed him to the record label. I initially thought he produced the album, but
I wish I knew. I would totally go and try my best, and then like be like, yeah, I'm gonna sing like Wings of like on Eagle's Wings, and then as soon as I got there, I would just break that out in front of him. I'd be like, "Go! You don't like it? You don't like these words?
Remember this,
They're
Simon?
your words."
You thought this was going to be your ticket to the top.
I wanna be. He's just like going crazy. Oh,
so bad. So yeah, the fourth judge was originally supposed to be a radio DJ named Stryker, which, hilarious, again, dropped out citing image concerns. He was a white DJ into hip hop.
Nice.
Was worried like, oh, I'm gonna look cheesy doing this. Well, he apparently lost. He learned his lesson and lost that edge, because America would learn him again, because he became a longtime in-house DJ for the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he came around.
I mean, good for him, I guess. That's so weird. That whole the entertainment business always like surprises me how this stuff works out.
I honestly love it when somebody drops their principles and it works out for them.
Yeah. I honestly don't think, maybe DJing on like a TV show like that isn't to him as embarrassing as trying to judge. He probably thought this was dumb 90s reality TV. I don't think he thought it was going to blow up, you know?
Oh yeah, true. No, I wouldn't even say like, obviously it's not like I'm saying like, no, this had artistic merit. It didn't, but you know, obviously those paychecks might have been a little bigger.
Take the gig. Yeah. I mean, as us, we're comics. Like, I don't think, I mean, as we get more into this, there's certain stuff I won't do anymore, but most things I will, especially if money's involved, I'll go to a show wherever. You know?
No, there are people who run shows where literally like I will talk to comics who are on that show. Like, why are you putting money in that guy's pocket? You don't need this that badly. This guy, let's just say.
Oh, are you talking about a booker?
I'm talking about a specific booker who may or may not be a thinly veiled white supremacist, but nobody seems to really catch on yet.
Great. I don't know who that is, and I hope I never find out. I'm not really in the know. Is it like a Philly Sorry, this is probably boring. We can go back.
No. It's somebody on the outskirts who has continual falling outs with venues and will physically threaten comics if they have bad sets. And
it's weird that people like that can thrive in the comedy community, but that's definitely a frustrating conversation for another podcast. Yeah.
So anyway, after it was a hit in the UK, they shot the format around, other countries, most of them saying no. However, Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox, his daughter was studying in the UK and was a fan of the show. So he ordered a season, and to his credit, he actually fought some of the execs who were insistent on changing the format. So we did ultimately get pretty much the same show they had. Although I'm trying to think, what would he, if we're starting from day one, how do you Americanify Pop Idol?
Is that what they wanted to do? Make it more American?
They want. I don't even know if it was necessarily more American. They just, you know how it is with fucking.
Maybe have like an eating contest, and then you have to sing after like eating 50 hot dogs, and then shoot a bow and arrow. I think.
Hot Dog Rodeo Idol has.
I would watch that. I would love to see someone try to.
it.
Have you ever tried to do anything after eating too many hot dogs? It's impossible.
My wife is one of these psychopaths that's like, let's eat a big meal and then go for a walk. It's like,
I hate that.
Like, I'm laying down. Wake me up.
Move. I'm like, the blood needs to go to my digestion to help. I can't walk.
Exactly. But pretty much what happened is what always happens with the non-creative people who work in the creative industry. Like, let me suggest this bullshit and get my thumbprints on this. That way, if it's a hit, I can say, like, hey,
that was my idea.
Yeah. Believe me, whoever came up with the voice and came up with the idea of the chairs physically spinning around has made their fucking career.
Their name is on a wall somewhere for sure. Yeah,
exactly. So the audition process, I found this pretty interesting. I'm not going to go too in detail just because there's a lot of tiers to it, but it's different than you would think, but it makes a lot of sense if you know anything about TV production. So the audition process starts with a goddamn cattle call of every dork to ever sing in the high school choir.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but like when these things, like everybody.
I remember all of my friends going. I remember.
Yeah. So each city, they would have an average of 10,000 auditions, sometimes done in football stadiums. I had a question here. Have you ever auditioned for a game show?
No.
Yeah. All I had was me and a buddy. We tried out for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They had tryouts in Philly.
Nice.
And I'm like, I consider myself a trivia whiz, but like I got in there. So basically the thing was like, everybody had to take a test first. And then only people who got 3/4 of the questions right got, it was only after that point, they were like, let's see if you have a personality and look good on camera.
That's insane.
Yeah. And unfortunately for me, it's like every question I had, I'm somebody who, like, famously to my friends, I do not keep up with pop culture at all. And all the questions were like, this was like 5 years ago. So it was like, name the last 4 teams in the NCAA March Madness this year.
Oh,
it's like,
that stinks.
I don't know this at all. So we didn't do good, but it was a fun way to kill a day,
For sure. I would do it. I'm so bad at trivia. So I already know.
So the auditions after these big cattle calls are where they sing for the producers, and only those who pass from there get to audition in front of the judges. So these the legendarily bad people, they've already been through 2 rungs of the system.
That's so evil.
It also makes sense, though. You really can't have, like, Simon Cowell, Randy Jackson, Paul Abdul are not sitting through 10,000 auditions, one city at a time. You could not pay them enough. And
they do have to be bad. Like, they do need, like, contrast. They can't just have everyone crush it. So
exactly. Yeah. But it also makes sense too, where it's like, okay, you're not gonna get far, but you're interesting. We want you on camera, and you'll see this again when we show the screamo guy. This is a guy who clearly knows. It's like, oh yeah, no, I came here to fuck around. I have no hopes of this actually being a thing.
I don't know if you're gonna talk about this, so I hope I'm not stepping on like notes you have in the future. But there was a recent one I saw this on TikTok where she was insane. Like, she talked really high like this, and she had like a doll, and you're like, oh, she's gonna be terrible, just awful, because she was so weird. And then she sung her out, like, she was so good, and you could tell she was just doing this weird personality
so
as a bit.
It was a put on.
Yeah. Because when she started singing, everyone was like, what the hell? Because like the whole time, they're interviewing her and stuff, and you're like, she's going to be terrible.
She literally did the Andy Kaufman. Like, I will now do my impression of Elvis Presley, and then did the whole thing.
Yes, it was exactly. Anyway, yeah, it was impressive. I was like,
let me know if you can think of her, if you can find her name, because I definitely don't have that, but I'll pull it up. So between 10 to 60 contestants from each city audition would make it to the Hollywood show, which is still pretty. That's a lot. If they're doing like,
still a lot, yeah.
If they're even doing 5 cities, which I feel is like roundabout. Yeah. And say we're getting between 10 and 60, let's say 30. So yeah, that's like, that's 150 people who are just getting to that round. So important thing here, what do they win? The winner will receive a record deal with a major label and a management contract with a company that is affiliated with American Idol. Not sure if you're aware of this, but it was said in the industry that these contracts were horrible.
Really?
Like terrible, even by terrible record industry standards.
Of course it was, because nothing can just be good. That's such a bummer.
Oh, yeah. But no, believe me, it's not like, they had the season finale of season 1. And then Kelly was like, hey, Justin, you did a good job. Good. I got a good runner-up idea. How about we make a movie? Like, no, they were contractually obligated. Like, you guys are getting to Hollywood now. We need to get this piece of shit made and out in the theaters while people still remember your faces.
Wow. I wonder if Kelly Clarkson had any bargaining power after winning, right? Because what happens is as you go, you build a fan base. So both Justin and Kelly by the end had a pretty significant fan base.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that helped at all. We'll never know. You know what I mean? And it probably didn't if they made that stupid movie. But I
know she's talked about a lot that she's somebody who definitely has publicly struggled with her weight, but seems to be has pretty much said like, I'm happier, bigger. And they were just straight up like, that shit's not going to fly, honey. You're American Idol now. Like we're like really did not do great for her.
I've heard she's great to people on The Voice. Like if you win, or even if you're like, you don't win, but she was like rooting for you, she'll like take you on tour, or she'll like have that person, if she's in their hometown, like open for her. And that's like so cool. That's like so nice.
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, hey, if anybody knows what it's like, went through the ringer, it would be Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
So I just have a little bit here. Again, I don't get into the later seasons. I know they added a bunch of judges and they switched them around. It was Katy Perry, Lionel Richie. The only note I have here, one of my favorite bands of all time is Aerosmith. And Steven Tyler damn near broke up Aerosmith to be a judge on this fucking show.
What? Why? Why would he do that?
He had the opportunity and he thought it would make him a bigger individual star. So literally like they were getting ready to announce a tour and he's just like, nah, fuck you guys. I'm going to go do this for a while.
Did it help his career? I don't watch American Idol.
He went and rejoined the Aerosmith, and I don't think he didn't release a solo album or anything.
He's already mega famous. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe he wanted the youth to see him.
I mean, those old rockers are kind of dicks like that. I read in Keith Richards' autobiography that in the 80s, out of nowhere, Mick Jagger tried to like, by the way, on this tour, we're going to be labeled Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones. Like, we've been a band for 30 years, That's fucking lunatic.
Weird. And it's also like people know your name. So that's the thing that bothers me is it's like, they already know you're Mick Jagger, even with it just being the Rolling Stones. You're the lead singer. What more do you want?
Exactly. You just, they want everything.
Everything.
So we're going to go down a quick list of the winners from the first 10 seasons. Kelly Clarkson would succeed and go on to have a popish, pseudo country-ish career. This is something that's going to pop out with American Idol is like, unfortunately, everybody's trying to appeal to the Midwest. So
there's a lot of money in that for sure. Yeah, country music.
There's a lot of countrification.
Yeah.
Famously was used this still. I like the movie, despite the fact that I've turned against Judd Apatow a lot. I did like 40-Year-Old Virgin.
What's wrong with Judd Apatow?
I think he personally is just kind of a dingus, and his movies got worse and worse.
Oh, okay.
And
fair, but I like him.
I have been trying to get over an insult as I've just had it in my head of like, man, that was longer than the second act of a Judd Apatow movie, because it is where every last half hour of a Judd Apatow movie, you're like, is this Is this
Drag
over?
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just kind of a wuss. I mean, did you hear his response to the whole Will Smith?
I saw that. That was stupid. But I do think, I think for me, I like when I feel like comedians are nice, and I think he's nice. Do I think that tweet was misguided? Yeah, but I think he's just a sensitive, nice person.
I have no doubt that he's a sensitive boy. You know what? I'll be honest. I think it's kind of weird that he puts his wife in everything.
Yeah, Adam Sandler does that too, though.
Who's Adam Sandler's wife?
I don't know her name, but she's in literally everything. She's brunette.
Are you thinking of Steve Buscemi? Because Steve Buscemi is in a lot of his movies. Is Adam Sandler married?
Exactly. Yeah, they got married a couple years ago. That was a quiet.
Oh, yeah. Remake Chuck and Larry as a documentary. I am all about that.
That'd be awesome.
Although, you know, I will say, though, I will defend Judd Apatow, at least, in that his wife was an actress before he met her, as opposed to somebody like Rob Zombie, who has been shoving his untalented wife down our throats for 20 years now.
The problem is love, though, you know, because when you love someone, you think they're great. So like like Rob Zombie probably thinks she's a great actress. And I mean, it's hard to tell him otherwise because there's love involved.
True. Very true. I mean, hey, if he gets in his contract, good for him. But the way I was going there is still, even liking 40-year-old version, I still thought the dumbest thing, and it was in all the trailers, when Steve Carell is getting his chest waxed and just yells, "Oh, Kelly Clarkson." And that was like, yeah. Everybody remember that line. It was in the fucking trailer, and it was just like, okay.
You felt it was cringy?
I felt it was a little cringy, but then again, I'm a mean Brit who hates everything and has nothing.
You're the Simon Cowell.
Nice to say. Freaks and Geeks was great. I will never take that away from him. So we have that. Second season, Ruben Studdard. Again, a lot of these people became overshadowed by. And also
shout out Clay Aiken, right? That was the second season.
Oh yeah. Well, what I'm going to do here is I have the list of the winners.
Sorry.
And then that's okay. So yeah, so far my biggest memory of Ruben Studdard is I believe he sang the national anthem when the Eagles were in the Super Bowl, and awesome. They booed the shit out of him afterwards.
Why? Did he do bad?
I think he was like wearing. I think he might have been wearing the other team's shirt.
Oh well, that's his fault then.
Yeah, but it was brutal. Then really quick, Fantasia Barrino season 3.
I remember Fantasia. She was great.
Carrie Underwood, the only name I remember that's still hung on.
She's crushing it now still.
Okay. Taylor Hicks. I just remember him as like a doughy salt and pepper guy. Jordan Sparks, David Cook, Chris Allen, Lee DeWise, which is the dumbest last name I've ever heard. And this was a real shocker for me going through this list. Scotty McCreery, number 10. I am shocked to admit I not only know, but love a song this guy did. He has this country song called 5 More Minutes that is the schmaltziest fucking thing I have ever heard. It's literally like, you know, I watched my grandpa dying and he looked around the room and he said, if I could have 5 more minutes. And then I remember I was playing high school football and it was my final game and I'd never play it again. And I just said out loud, I wish I'd have 5 more minutes. I'm making fun of it. This song has made me cry my eyes out.
It sounds really sweet. Yeah.
So on to the famous losers. We have Justin Guarini, who again was forced into the movie Justin and Kelly, one of the worst movies ever made. Please look. And currently plays the tiny Dr. Pepper mascot, who was a ripoff of Prince. Clay Aiken. Maybe you know more about Clay Aiken because this is all of my notes.
Regrettably, I know a lot about Clay.
Runner-up to Ruben Studdard, ran for Congress, lost, appeared on The Celebrity Apprentice, came out as gay. That's all I have.
We all knew he was gay. I feel like everyone knew. Mm-hmm. He wrote a song. His song that went really popular after losing was Invisible. You might remember, if I was invisible, I would just watch you in your room, something like that. I would be a stronger man.
Okay.
Do you remember? If you don't, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to picture the music behind it, unfortunately, and I'm just not getting anything.
Dan and I looked up the lyrics. They're so creepy. It's like, I wish I could be a fly on your wall.
All right, hold on. We're pulling it up.
Pull it up.
Clay Aiken, Invisible.
What you doing tonight? But I remember loving this song. Like I was in.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh no, I don't know if you could hear it. I accidentally started playing I Want to Be a
Oh, did you?
Again. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen right now.
Yeah, there's so many.
Look at this.
Are you really alone?
Oh,
wait, there's more? Wait.
All right, this is. I had to check. Sometimes they don't put the whole things up. Okay, so what's she doing tonight? I wish I could be a fly on your wall. Are you really alone? Who is stealing your dreams?
Why can't I breathe you into my life?
1, 2, wait. Freddie's coming for you.
Yeah, there was another part. Wait, can you go down a little?
To make you see them alive. If I was invisible, parentheses, invisible.
Wait, it might be down.
I could watch you. Down a little. Okay. Saw your face in the crowd. I call out your name. You don't hear a sound.
Oh, here it is. If I was invisible, then I could just watch you in your room. If I'd make you mine tonight. Oh, it's so creepy, right?
Yeah.
You don't hear a sound. I keep tracing your steps. Each move that you make.
God. Oh wait. Oh God. This is all right. You don't even see me, even when I scream out, baby. You don't hear me. I am nothing without you. I'm just a shadow passing through. This is
invisible. It's so scary, right?
Yeah, this is like I realized what he was going for here. As somebody who was a fan of pop punk, I am well aware of the like she doesn't even know that I exist.
But I was like 14, I think 13 maybe. Well, I don't know. But I remember it being so emotional for me. Like, yeah. I wish that I could, be a fly on his wall, and he was probably just like jerking off a million times.
I was gonna say, can you tell us? You don't need to give us a name, but I need at least a little bit of background of who were you wishing you could have been?
Oh my God,
watching on his wall.
He was such a loser. I'm gonna say his name. His name was Tyler Gronsky.
Oh, that's a bad name.
And he was 6'2" and skinny and wore square glasses and never texted me back. And now that I look back at it, I'm like so angry. Like he was my first crush ever.
Oh God. Yeah, I can think. I remember. This just goes to go show dumb little kid shit. I remember I met this girl when we were like 10 or 11, and then like furthermore middle school. And one of the things like, you know how I know we're meant to be together? We have the same birthday.
I can't believe it didn't work out. That's such good logic.
October 3rd, 1986. we were.
Is that Scorpio? No.
Libra.
Close.
Well, here's the fun thing. This will give you an idea of how I became such a miserable man I am today. She turned out to be a lesbian, and you know how I and probably she found out she turned out to be a lesbian.
How?
My very first kiss and first girlfriend, Ashley, was also a lesbian, and they started dating each other.
No. Oh my God.
My first girlfriend started dating the girl of my dreams, Lisa. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it makes sense that they're compatible, right?
Yeah, worked out for them. And by the way, I will say this: it's one thing in middle school. This happened to me again in my late fucking 20s. I have at least 3 girls I was the final man for.
Okay, so you're like the good luck Chuck of lesbians, is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much, yeah, because I'm pretty sure both those girls, I don't think they ever went back to the ding dong side of the fence. And then I was already doing comedy. I was like 20. I was 30, I think. Yeah. And I met this girl on OkCupid, and we dated for a few months, and it was like coming up on Christmas, and she was going to meet my family. And she literally like, hey, we got to talk. Remember how I told you I was bisexual? I was half right.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. You know what? She was actually really cool because I was very upset, and I just had to be like, well, you realize that this kind of fucks up this and this and this. And you said, you were attracted to me, and it was all just a lie. She's like, yeah, dude, it was fucked up. I don't know what to tell you. And it's like, because she actually gave it up, I'm like, I can't even be mad.
Okay. She was figuring it out. It's hard.
Yeah, this had to be really tough for you. And then the fucked up thing was, Facebook stalking a little, not stalking, but I want to see how people
it comes up.
Yeah. I see she starts dating another girl. I find out since she has dated this girl, has married this girl, looks like she could be my fucking sister.
She has a type. That's
right.
Funny.
I was so close. I was so close. I had the wrong equipment.
Oh man, so close. That must feel good though. We're like, all right, you were kind of in a way. I tried.
It felt like I felt vindicated. But
nice.
All right. Other famous losers. Sanjaya. Do you remember Sanjaya?
That name sounds really familiar, but
I wasn't watching. I just remember whatever that version of Talk Soup was at the time, the soup. They talked about him all the time. So he was a beautiful twink boy, like skinny, pretty. As a matter of fact, comedian Patrice O'Neill once called Sanjaya so pretty you could have sex with him and not be gay.
Wow. That's a lot for Patrice. So.
Oh yeah. Major controversy because the judges hated him, but every week the fans kept voting for him. Now,
really?
this is either due to him being an underdog or a subsect of mischief makers who were intentionally trying to vote for the worst person.
That's hilarious. Was he bad?
He was not good.
Really? And he made it all the way to second?
No. These aren't all runner-ups. These are just other people.
Oh, he is really pretty. I just looked him up.
Yeah, he made it pretty far. Apparently, Howard Stern, of all people, was actually encouraging his listeners to vote for him.
There was a Russian show where it's all of a voter base, and there was one guy who just wanted to go home. He was having a terrible time, but each week he kept being the number one voted to stay because he was so miserable. And every time after, he would go into the confessional and be like, "I'm begging you, let me leave." And I think he was second or something. It took so long for them to relinquish him, but it's pretty.
That is so funny.
I love when people band together for evil shit like that. I think it's so funny.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's a shame COVID happened, but I remember 2020. Seamus, our friend Seamus Millar, go check out some of the old episodes. He was really trying to get a movement going to turn a friend of ours and the comedian Ellie Summerling, the sweetest, nicest person ever, and he's like, "I'm really trying to turn her evil."
So that is such a Seamus project. I love that so much.
He was just straight up like, if you see her do or say anything shitty, if you could just reward her for that. It was literally #Evil Ellie 2020. And then,
I remember that. That was so funny.
So good. So the last three I have here for the losers: Chris Daughtry, little rockerish for the show, but went on to have a pretty decent career. Jennifer Hudson won a fucking Oscar for her role in the movie Dreamgirls, and also married WWE wrestler David Otunga. And then the big one, again, I'm about to go through the top selling albums of people here. As far as I'm concerned, this guy hit the fucking jackpot. Adam Lambert is the singer for Queen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He went on to do big things.
Yeah. You cannot top that. But especially whoever if Queen decided they want to do that, we want to go out with a new singer, anybody they picked, how can you replace Freddie Mercury?
Yeah.
And then they replaced this young dude. They replaced him with this young dude from a fucking TV talent show. And by all accounts, he's incredible.
He's really good. I remember him being a rock star. He has that same energy. So it makes sense to me when you say it.
So overall popularity, quick top 5. The top 5 album sales by American Idol artists are Carrie Underwood, again, not even a winner.
Checks
18 million records. Yeah, she held out, definitely. 18 million sold. Kelly Clarkson, 13.5. Chris Daughtry, 7.2 million. Clay Aiken, 5 million. And Fantasia Barrino, 3.3 million. I would not have thought she'd be in the top 5 there, but
they loved Fantasia. I remember that season, people being very surprised. Who won that one? That was the 3rd year?
I don't even. Oh, hold on. I can go back.
That's okay. I remember.
Oh wait, no, she did. She did win. Wait, no. Did she won that year?
Oh, she won. Okay, because I remember it being very close. Whoever, but good for her. Yeah. People loved her.
And out of those top 5, you might notice again, the only person on that list that was an actual winner of the show was Kelly Clarkson. Everybody else was.
That's so weird. Wait, Fantasia.
Oh yeah, Fantasia. That's right.
Oh, we keep forgetting her. That's so terrible.
I was trying to remember Fantasia. That note even after I feel so bad. But one of the theories behind that was for a lot of these people was the people who were not contractually obligated under the rules of the show to sign the winning contract got like better contracts.
Got picked up by
if
good
they'd
people.
won. Exactly.
Wow, that is so messed up.
Yeah. So I only have 2 more segments here, and I think we're going to end it on all the clips. So real quick, just want to talk about some of the controversies that went down. Season 1, apparently there was a big issue with people using auto dialers.
What is that?
Did you ever see the episode of The Simpsons?
Oh, on the phone?
Yeah, where like they literally have a machine making like call after call after call after call after call.
Holy cow.
Yeah, which again shows some of the insanity of this because you had to pay to vote.
Right, didn't you have to pay for that?
Yeah, there's some Sanjaya supporters out there that really want them to know.
Wow.
I don't know. So there was some things out there talking like how the people at American Idol swore like it was significantly, it was not statistically significant. It didn't make a difference. But ultimately, you know, we don't know.
Yeah.
The season 2 finale was so close and the phone lines were so overloaded that it could have fucked up the vote.
Wow.
Yeah, like they were overloaded to the extent where it was literally like Bush versus Gore. Aiken versus Stutter. It really could have been either one of them.
I genuinely think 1 and 2 are both. I mean, obviously, going by the stats that we've heard tonight, like they should have won. Like either one could have won. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like by that point, they're both winners.
Yeah, and then you get to the later seasons where it's like all of you are losers. I don't know.
Yeah.
How any of you this far.
Yeah.
The elimination of Jennifer Hudson and 2 other Black women in her season led to accusations of racism. Notably, Elton John, of all people, straight up said on the show, like, if they're voting these people off, they're fucking racists.
Wow.
Which, speaking of racism, it was noted that 5 straight seasons in the later years were all won by acoustic guitar playing white dudes. Which, you know, again, that country thing, the Midwest, the Midwest votes. This is how they fuck up presidential elections as well for the rest of us.
Just because they won't stop voting. Stop voting for stuff, Midwest.
Yeah, seriously.
Jeez.
If you're from Ohio, move to a fucking state that matters. You know, it's actually a fun subsect of this time. People don't realize how religious a lot of the North Midwest is. In the around the same time in like the 2000s, there were a lot of Christian metal bands coming out that were really big, and they're almost all from Ohio.
That makes sense to me, actually.
I wouldn't have considered it like so Bible belty.
I have heard Ohio be described as Midwest a few times now, and I thought they were too close to PA to be Midwestern, but
you would think, but like so much of the voter demographics and not only that, like that used to be like the last election was the first time that the winner of Ohio didn't win the election. Like
wow.
They have been that important and that like right down the middle.
Influential,
Yeah, but I think the religious culture and a lot of the people will straight up say like, oh yeah, no, I was raised in a very religious household. I couldn't listen to heavy music unless they had like a song about Jesus. Yeah. So I don't know. Jesus ruining music tastes is always. Season 1 contestant. I wasn't aware of this. This is really fucked up, especially considering 2003, 2004. I thought we were beyond this. Season 1 contestant Jim Veraros lived an openly gay life and was told by Fox that he needed to get the gay shit off of his online presence. Like he had like a live journal and a MySpace where he was openly gay.
Oh no.
Yeah. And they said, scrap it or you're off the show.
That's probably what they did to Clay Aiken.
That is probably what they did to Clay Aiken. Cause it's one of those guys like when you hear like, oh, Liberace, nobody knew.
Everyone knew.
Yeah.
I don't even think he was really trying to hide it that much, but that's of course. I mean, no, the 2000s, we weren't past it in the 2000s. Do you remember like Next and Date Your Mom? It was so problematic.
Why? What happened? I mean, I remember them both, but I remember on Next, it really was as little as like guy walks out of the bus like, I don't date Puerto Ricans. Next.
Yeah, Next. Yeah, it was basically like that, or yeah, you know.
God.
There was one parental control where the dad was picking girls for his son, but it seemed like he was into them.
Oh.
It was only one episode, but I was like, this is so uncomfy. He's being so weird. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a little
Rough.
God, I'm thinking too much about kids. Literally, the moment I hate what a fucking dumb meathead gene I have in me. As soon as I found out I was having a girl, I was literally like, she's gonna date one day and it's gonna suck. It's so dumb. It's built into us.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's more unfair to like boys, because I feel like your first dating experience usually is gonna suck for some, like it's gonna be good for a while and then it's gonna suck, right? Girl or boy. So I don't know. It has to be.
What's the alternative? Like, you better treat my daughter right, but by the same token, if she ends up marrying the dude she went to the 6th grade winter ball, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
That's gonna be weird. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I just, any kids, it's gonna be a rough patch.
Yeah. Last controversy I have here, season 2, there was a dude who was stooping Paula Abdul.
Ooh, that's spicy. I feel like I did hear about this.
Yeah, that was a big one where like I think they were like fucking around and then they broke up, and I think he like tried blackmailing her or some shit. It was like,
I mean, that is bad. You shouldn't. I mean, you're Paula Abdul, like, just date anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, why
exactly? This guy? You have a cartoon cat that will take you back anytime.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Whenever it's like someone that's so beautiful and talented, I'm like, man or woman, I'm always like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you anyway? Maybe it is the drama.
Well, we also envision ourselves like, if I was as hot and as beautiful as that, I'd only make good decisions.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're bored of it, but I'd be like excited to hook up with people that I'm allowed to that are also hot and beautiful and fun. You know what I mean?
You get to fuck celebrities. Why would you not? That's what we want.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
idiots.
just to show what a hateful person I am, this portion of my notes is literally listed as "Let's get to the freak show." So we're gonna start here with the immortal,
your way with Wawa.
Even more immortal than the immortal Hulk Hogan, William Hung. Definitely a bad singer, possibly slow, definitely Asian. William Hung killed it with his cover of Ricky Martin's "She Bangs."
I love him.
Like I said, he did really. All right, hold on. Let's listen to a little bit of him chatting here with.
Look at his shirt. What is his shirt?
Yes, it's a good song. So it's either I really do well by lighting up the stage,
right,
or I don't.
The producers, cast, and crew.
Yeah, that shirt is pretty great. It's like powder blue.
Him.
It's got like flip flops and shit on it. Like he looks like I can see he's not, but if I close my eyes and picture him, he should have a bow tie on.
I loved him saying like, either I'll crush it by lighting up the stage. He wasn't like, I'm gonna be a good singer, and that's what he did. He lit up the stage. So
he lit up America is what he lit up.
William Hung for showing up and shaking his bonbon.
Okay.
William.
Yes.
Ew, that was a little gross.
I do.
To me, tell me your name.
He was only 20.
Off like it's all the same. You lit it fierce and I'm taking away like a bomb.
So the funny thing is, we all remember this like, oh, it was so bad. It's not that bad yet. It's not good.
He's doing fine.
Not bad yet.
This is karaoke level.
Yeah, he just he puts so much into the chorus. Motherfucker.
Yeah, baby. She bangs. Oh, baby, when she moves. I go crazy because she looks like a fly, but she stings like a bee. Like every girl
in history.
She bangs. I'm wasted by the way
By the way, again, speaking racism, I swear to God, I could have sworn he had more like broken English. And it's really not.
Oh no, it's not at all. He's great. I really like it. I forgot about the voiceover man. I really liked that in 90s TV where they had like weird mean quips about everything.
Oh,
the omnipresent voice.
Oh god, what was the show? It was on like the WB. It was like a dating show.
There's so many.
I don't know. It was something like Blind Date, where pretty much they followed people on their first blind date.
I think that is what it was called, Blind Date. Yeah.
Yeah, and they like pop up videoed it.
Yes. Oh, that was so fun. Oh my God. I'm going to have to look this up after because that was hilarious. Where it'd be like judgy shit. Like, oh, Brad doesn't know how to use a steak knife.
Jennifer just got out of the penitentiary and hasn't seen a man in several years.
I love it. Oh my God. As much as I love William Hung, I think he's good. Honestly, I think he should have won.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, hold on. We need a little bit of them insulting him.
The silence.
You can't sing, you can't dance. So what do you want me to say?
And you know, I have no professional training of singing.
No.
We didn't believe it either.
Well, there's the surprise of the century.
But yeah, they show a little longer, and he's like, you know, I'm just here to have a good time and make people happy. And everyone was like, you know what? We all have a little bit of William Hung in us.
Made me happy. Yeah, he I think he knew what he was doing, especially when he said, "I don't have professional training."
Oh yeah, definitely. But I still think one of the were you a fan of Arrested Development at all?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a show that really did not use a lot of like modern things and famously fought with their network, which was Fox. But then in like the last season, like, hey, you know what, let's make this work. So they like tried to insert William Hung into an episode where
that's amazing.
Within the show, they're doing a court show within the show. And the band for that show is William Hung and his Hung Jury.
That is so funny. Oh, Arrested Development is perfect. Oh my God.
The first 3 seasons were, then they tried to bring it back to life, and it's much like Pet Sematary. Some things you gotta leave dead. All right, so this guy is not as well remembered, but as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, I love this fucking guy. I remember him at the time. He's an 18-year-old kid. He's a little skinny dude. He's got red hair. He's cursing.
I think he's
a bad boy.
Have never even heard my kind of singing. It's
I feel like
unique and
this is the type of guy I'd have a crush on in middle school, where I think he's badass, but everyone else around us is like.
Same here. He's a cute boy, but
yeah.
And again, he knows what he's doing. Let's just watch the clip.
I'm Ryan. What's yours?
Paula.
Simon.
Randy.
Nice to meet all of you.
Are you the next American Idol?
Yeah.
Really? Are you just cursed? We're not allowed to hear. It's a family show.
Oh, well, I'm not a family guy.
Oh, okay. Can't wait to hear what you're going to sing.
I'm going to sing Silverstein, Smashed into Pieces. Is that cool?
Go for it.
Why not?
Ready? You ready
Whatever.
for this?
Paula doesn't like him.
My God! Out of my throat! What a knife I throat! Out of my soul!
This is perfect television.
Maybe when you find out that I'm dead, you realize what you did.
Paula is holding her heart.
Yep.
That was catchy.
Yeah, he's got a shit-eating grin on. He knows exactly what he did.
God. Oh yeah, he was doing that. But good for them. I want them to be. See, that's why I think it's funny, because they're in on it 100%. And this is their like 10 seconds of fame, where also I get to be entertained. Like it's a win-win to me. Anyway.
Absolutely. So we have one more metal guy. This is if people are unaware with black metal, if you find regular metal to be really off-putting and upsetting, black metal is the off-putting, upsetting version that even metalheads don't really like. This guy is wearing black and white corpse paint, and this is from one of the other international ones. It's somewhere in Europe. So not only is this guy doing the most unpleasant singing, but you can hear it's like actively hurting his throat, and he's like having to pause to like cough and stuff.
Oh my God.
Contest ist doch größer wie angenommen.
Genau.
He's just running out of breath and coughing.
He's like a cat. Oh, that has to hurt, man. He looks so sad. Oh my God.
Just the fact that even he's like, again, he didn't think he was going to do good, but even at the thing he was trying to do, I mean, it sounded cool, but like the fucking, like he just walked uphill a little bit. Like, oh boy, that one really took it out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was insane.
Oh, did you ever find the name?
Oh, let me look. My phone is dying, but let me look.
Okay. Real quick, I'll just put this on the background. This person is Derek Stillings, called the worst singer in America.
For this country, I love selling music and I love performing.
Right.
Why don't you give us? Well, why don't you start with
Patriotic. He's wearing a
whatever's
backwards visor.
As I look into your eyes, I tell you what I see.
Got a little dance.
You're the one I'm gonna keep in my dreams. I wanna hold you close.
He's dressed like Malibu's Most Wanted, actually.
Let you know you're only wearing my diamond ring. I wanna keep you in my heart. Show you what I mean. Girl, you're the one I be seeing in my dreams.
Yeah.
I looked it up and it's American Idol girl with high voice. It's not telling me her name.
Okay, if I can find it from
that. Yeah, she has like a pink shirt on.
Okay. What is it?
But that
American
guy was
Idol
really
girl?
bad. With high voice.
Okay.
He sounded like a boy band though. Like I don't blame him. That's what lot of the 90s sounded like.
It's funny. We just did a whole episode on masculinity at the turn of the millennium. And we talked about boy bands. And I did note that, like, you know, unlike every other thing here with, like, you know, MMA dudes and bros and Jersey Shore guys, it feels like dudes never really took up the mantle. Like, I can't think of anyone I knew personally. It's like, oh yeah, they're like boy band guys.
Oh,
you know?
Which is lame because boy bands are so fun.
Yeah, like
what is this dude's deal?
This dude is a terrifying redhead.
They just had a shot of him like in like a group of people and everyone was talking around him and he's just staring at the camera.
Yeah. Dude has a brow like a fucking cliffside.
He's massive.
And your real name is Stephen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Stephen, why...
He's got blonde eyebrows. I understand the pain. That's why I dye mine.
I figured what the heck.
Wearing a bowling shirt with flames on it.
Have you seen the show?
I feel like I remember this guy.
Honestly, I've only seen it a couple of times. I tried.
He's bad, right?
He's pretty bad.
All right.
Oh, is this just fantasy?
Oh yeah. Me and my mom cried laughing at this guy.
I don't know. I think he's got it.
I'm trying to harmonize.
Easy come. They let him go for a long time.
How do you stop it? Like, how do you stop something like that? They should. That's why they invented those buttons and stuff, because they're like, this goes on for too long.
Which, by the way, if only the members of Queen had turned into this episode of American Idol.
Yeah. Adam Lambert wouldn't have stood a chance.
Oh no, not a shot. All right. This
did you find her name? Oh no. Okay.
I'm gonna end it with her because I only have 2 more, and we're not gonna watch all of this. So this woman's name is Mary Roach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. She's got a little sass to start out.
And this is just one way to do it if I make it.
What are you going to sing?
I'm going to sing I Feel the Earth Move by Carole King.
All right, off you go.
I feel the earth move, fall on my feet. I feel the sky come falling down. I feel my heart start.
She's not terrible. She just has a weird pantomime going with it.
Her breathing is the only thing really effing it up. You know what I mean?
She's dressed like Gilligan without the hat.
She is.
So I think what she's more notorious for is she takes this very badly.
I was an awesome singer.
What? Mary,
in it to annoy me.
But what made you audition for this competition?
All my friends told me that I was an awesome singer.
What? Oh. Mary, you can't sing a note. I mean, not only can you not sing a note in tune.
She gets.
All y'all look different in person. I pictured you to be bigger. You're prettier than I thought you were.
Okay, so
You look thinner than I thought you were.
She's got a very terrifying
To this
presence.
section, I think, should be violin music.
I'm not gonna lose. I am not gonna lose no matter what I do.
He started playing the violin music.
That doesn't make me want to pursue any kind of singing career, not unless I'm going to be a lead singer in a rock band. Now, I want to say a big to Simon.
What's unsettling is she gives
I won't deny that.
She gives
youth group vibes, like youth group leader vibes.
Oh yeah, like we're all gonna get in here. We're gonna praise the Lord.
So it's so unsettling to me to see her be such a little badass. You know what I mean? It's like you look like an altar boy is the problem.
Oh yeah, the haircut doesn't look. She actually looks exactly like the singer. Hold on, I'm gonna do this real quick. Lead singer. Fuck. The starting line.
Oh, I love that band.
All right, let's see if we just get this. All right, so we got that right there, and that. Yep.
You have the same look.
Same haircut. Man. Tell me what you think about it.
Maybe that is her. Maybe she went on to.
That's right. That's how she got ahead.
Because she said lead singer of a rock band.
This guy is apparently the most notorious, just very flamboyant, bizarre New Yorker dude named Ian Bernardo.
Here we go. Let's see.
And once we get to the ads, I will not pay, no matter how many commercials they make me watch.
An inflated sense of self-entitlement.
Has his own name on his shirt. I respect that.
Of course, we had to roll out the red carpet.
Okay, whatever. I'm wasting your time?
Yes.
Who is that?
Oh, he previously tried out for I Think You Can Dance.
So you
think,
so you think you can dance?
I'm dancing because I would not consider that dancing. I'm like, have some tea. That's my name.
You guys both hate the British.
I am 20
That's right.
years old, Mr. Cowell.
All right.
How old is he?
Said 24.
To try out for American Idol.
No, I know that. That's good.
Got big dick energy.
I love him sassing Simon though.
To be the next American Idol, I thought that it would be a nice addition to my already long and impressive resume.
That's right.
Which is
Such a
star, dancer,
obnoxious
singer.
New Yorker.
And this is Chinchilla, and I'm wearing it specifically to show the world how wealthy I can be.
How wealthy I could be.
No, with respect,
all right, just sing.
Who's the other person?
Gloria.
Sorry.
Oh shit.
Always on the run now, running after somebody. You're gonna get him somehow. I think you got to slow down before you start to blow it. I think you're headed for a breakdown, so be careful not to show it. You really don't remember. Was it something that he said, or the voices in your head calling Gloria? Gloria, don't you think you're falling?
I love it.
If everybody wants you, why
I love
isn't
it.
anybody calling? You don't have to answer, leave him hanging on the line. Hey, 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 calling Gloria. Gloria, how you gonna go down? Will you meet him on the main line, or will you?
Yeah, who is that woman?
Okay. Randy.
Oh, God, dude, I don't even know what to say.
I'm a little speechless by this dude. Like, there was just so much to take of.
Syllables, Hollywood, like it's not that hard.
He's perfect.
Who are you?
Do it outside.
Do outside? Do you even have a working visa to be here?
I am bored of you.
That's right. Get out of my country, you fucking frog.
You even have a working slip to be here.
Ian, I'm bored now.
I'm bored with you. I don't think it's fair that you're critiquing me like this.
Take Mr. Boring out.
Mr. Boring out? Who are you? Oh, I've had it with this one. Oh, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. My face should be right here, and you have the audacity that I'm getting outside by security because I'm such a threat. You're not even American, and you're in my country, and you're American.
That's right.
That's awful. That is, it's not funny, but it is. It's like such a weird, I mean, damn. That's crazy. That was so funny.
That would be my Uncle Barry if he'd been true to himself. Like, that's right. I'm fantastic. Get out of my country.
Jesus.
All right, and let's do the very last one. High Pitch Girl.
I'm sorry. If this
American
can you
Idol.
edit this if you don't like it? I think you will though.
It's got 1.1 million views. This might be good. This is clearly latter day because Katy Perry is there.
But this is like she ends up being good, so it's not as like funny as the ones
Those are good. I like the ones who are good still.
By Tina Turner. I thought it was really like Mary had a little.
Right?
Oh, it doesn't show her talking and stuff. But she talks about like liking chicken nuggets and stuff.
Let's see this one.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, this chick was on here too, but whatever. All right.
It doesn't matter.
Mary by Tina Turner. I thought it was really like Mary had a little lamb, or I would love that too.
Oh wow. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, see? She knew she had to be a character.
Oh, yeah. She has improver all fucking over her.
But I think it's so smart. She has 1 million views.
Oh, yeah.
People love her.
Yep.
Gamer.
Huh. This is the slowest version of the song I have ever fucking heard.
Yeah, it's so slow. Katy Perry's so confused.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even that outfit is too put together. She has a purse shaped like a fucking carrot.
I know. She's tricking us, but I still like it. Look at her shoes. They're bunnies.
Oh, well, that's how you get my vote. On the river.
But then her makeup is gorgeous. That's how I know, too, because that is the makeup of someone who takes himself seriously.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that has to be a bit. Oh, shit.
Come on, let it rip, Norman.
I don't know this song. Is it about to like kick off any second?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Fire. Yeah.
All right.
She's good, but she does have that annoying, like she slows it down.
Yeah, like I can either go high pitched or slow. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let it open it up.
Oh shit.
Okay, sorry.
She's helping her. That's cheating. Okay.
But yeah, she starts out like her interview is all. It starts out with that tiny little voice and like everyone's like laughing at her.
Mm-hmm.
And like I ruined the surprise for you, but like I was watching it expecting her to be ridiculous, and then she did that and it was like, oh man, I was bamboozled.
I'm probably gonna spend the rest of the night looking up, like I need to find a clip of this girl. Like
it's wild, right?
So does anybody in the room have a location where a date might happen? Like,
yeah.
I need to see her improv troupe. Just American.
Yeah.
I'm not clever enough to come up with an improv name that incorporates
They are usually
American Idol. They're pretty clever. All right. Well, that's all I have to say about American Idol. Can you think of anything cool I might have missed?
No, you covered it. You did a great job. That's great.
Awesome. Especially considering all the technical difficulties we were having leading into this. I did not expect this. This went much better than I expected.
Good. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Same for me too, because I wasn't sure what to expect, but that was fun.
Yeah, well, like I had so much. Like my last, we should just stop recording, but whatever. No, the last one I recorded, like I was getting a beep in my ears.
Oh, God.
You know when you have something plugged into your computer, but it's not plugged in safely, so it's like constantly attaching and detaching and making that noise.
It's loose, yeah.
An hour and a half in my ear only. So bad.
Oh, that drives me crazy even more when the other person can't hear it because they're like, I don't know what you're doing. And I'm like, okay, then I'm just crazy.
You're making it up.
Yeah.
All right. Meg, thank you so much for coming on. Again, remind us where we can find you, anything you have to promote.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Oh, I guess, okay. So like I mentioned previously, Real Chills Podcast, Lab Ambler. You can just check out the Lab online. Also, I have an album on Spotify,
That's right.
on iTunes. You can buy it if you want on Amazon. It is called One Last Rad Thing. So check that out.
Awesome. Ooh, actually, while I have you here, let's awkwardly do this on the air. Are you free for a gig April 30th? I had a drop off.
I'm definitely not. Let me check. I think that's my friend's it's not because I'm booked. I think it's my friend's bridal shower.
Oh, cool.
And I think, I'm not free. And it's because a lot of people have asked me and I'm just like, no, my friend is getting married. Anyway.
You're just so in demand.
Just this 1 month. And then it ebbs and flows. You know how comedy is.
Oh, it's feast or famine. Absolutely. All right. Gotta end this like I end every episode. Me and you can keep talking, but I'm going to stop recording. Fuck y'all. Later. Bye. That was fun. Nope, we're still recording.